Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar do impasse, olhasse, limpasse. Conjuro pras minas no fronte, que dor pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com um novo horizonte. Trancada na cela ou numa favela. Medo é foda, João. Pobre menina, sofre de verdade por toda a cidade. Ainda mais porque a palavra liberdade é feminina.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet?
The Staples Center filled to capacity. It's the Toronto Raptors facing Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA presented by 2K Sports for this Thursday afternoon game. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Pierce kicks to Jordan, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3. Pass to Lowry. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Pierce wide open. He fires. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Fires from the corner. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
And it's the Clippers with the ball. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's Paul. After the Raptors pick up 2. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
And so here are the Clippers. The Raptors getting the bucket. Here's Pierce. Cans the shot from the wing.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
The Raptors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Patterson with it. Now Pierce defending. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
A long wind-up and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double-team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Here's Crawford. The Raptors getting the bucket. Paul. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Lowry against Paul, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. On defense, the Clippers. Lowry inside the line. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Now the Clippers moving it up. Crawford leading the charge. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lowry has the open look. Again, the miss by Lowry.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break?
Here's Valanciunas. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
It's deflected to the paint. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Raptors also changing it up. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Toronto trailing. There's the pass to Biyombo. Toronto working the ball around now. Powell, the pass to Biyombo. Can't hit. The Clippers go the other way with it. And the foul called on Terrence Ross.
That's his first personal foul.
We've got 1:28 left in the first. The Clippers rebound. Here's Aldridge. Biyombo with the block. Powell down low. Covered by Redick. Scola, no luck. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. At the tip, it's good on the putback.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
Yeah, and those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They do, and guys, that's the last line of your defense there. Everything else was good, but you have to finish it off with possession.
Now, here's Mbah a Moute. Redick for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Joseph. Got a piece of it. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Powell pulls it in. Raptors trail by 3. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Ross. Soft touch off the glass. Ross has got his first 2 points.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And the Clippers call time.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
With some Gatorade, that's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Both teams will make substitutions. The Clippers in the lead. Paul outside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Luis Scola.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And both free throws good from Paul.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Takes the 13-footer, and there's Scola on the assist by Patterson.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pierce.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Shot from the inbound. The shot is off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Kyle Lowry.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounding. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Johnson. And it's Carroll in at the small forward. The shot by Lowry, no good. And guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. Closest he had ever come to that in his 6th.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. DeRozan against Crawford to the left side wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Paul against Lowry. Again, the miss by Paul. Toronto leading by 5. It's DeRozan with the drive. Carroll with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Lowry dishes to Biyombo. He kicks it to Carroll. Johnson, the pass to DeRozan. Right side Lowry from downtown. That is good. Lowry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
The shot by Pierce will not go.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Griffin with the steal. It's Crawford on the wing. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Picked by Griffin. Crawford kicks to Pierce. Back to Crawford. Looking to end the run. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And taken away by Paul. To the inside. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Crawford.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
Johnson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Johnson. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Joseph. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Joseph's got the lead up to 8 now for Toronto.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
The dish to Redick. Here's the three. Joseph with the rebound. Toronto with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run, and J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter, and Joseph kicks to Powell. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
And Ross with the slam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Here's Griffin. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Powell dishes to Ross. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Pass to Joseph. He feeds it to Ross. Pass to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Mbah-a-Moute comes in for Blake Griffin. Green, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. Second chance shot, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns. But last season, he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
And Toronto making a change here. Scola's checked in. Rivers hits both of them.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates. And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Patterson passes to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Ross with a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range. Clippers trail by 8. Green kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Back to Terrence Ross, Greg. You're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
He's off on the second. last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result Clark they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Redick dishes to Rivers. It's deflected. Fast break Toronto. Here's DeRozan. Green with the block. Good if it goes. And so that's the end of the first half. The Raptors out in front, up 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Coach.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. In the second quarter, we began to see what they're capable of when everything starts clicking, as they pulled out to a 7-point lead by the end of the half. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's...
Second half about to start here in just a few moments. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Crawford. Lowry passes to DeRozan. The Clippers grab the miss. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pulls it from 20. And he goes in for the dunk.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Crawford, no one around him. But they get it back. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
And the Raptors call time here. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Ross comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Luis Scola in for DeMar Carroll.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
Left side, Pierce. Inside, here's Griffin, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And pulling up for the jumper in transition, not how you draw it up, but I don't think anybody's told him that.
Paul with the steal. And finished off by Griffin.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. To end the run, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Paul for three. Shot's good. Paul's got 10 points in the game.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Here's DeRozan.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
And the Raptors miss again.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Dishes it to Pierce. Jacks up a three. Jordan kicks to Johnson. There's Crawford with the three. The Clippers keep it alive. Pierce, they shoot again. The shot is off.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And the wide open shot from Paul gets the three-pointer to fall. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Lowry for 3. Ross with room to shoot. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Ross has got 8 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Clippers leading by 4. On the wing, Johnson. No luck, and Toronto will come the other way. Biyombo kicks to Lowry, and Jordan sends it back. Deep 2 from Crawford, and the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Hey, you know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness, I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Paul Pierce. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. Shot by Joseph, no good. Los Angeles has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Aldrich, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability
in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Johnson. Clippers leading by 5.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career.
Green dishes to Redick. Green up on top. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Joseph, the pass to Carroll. Shoots. The putback, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
With 4 seconds on the clock, the Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Clippers lead by 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Clippers leading by 6. So for Toronto right now, Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Corey Joseph is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. The shot by Lowry, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Up top, Griffin. Patterson defending. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pierce.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. Raptors trail by 6. Joseph with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Pierce kicks to Jordan. Here's Griffin, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
Crawford, no luck. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers leading by 4. Paul with the ball. Lowry picks him up. To the paint. It's stolen by DeRozan. The feed to Joseph. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. And that'll be his third foul so far.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Corey Joseph. Patterson. Knocked loose.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Oh, nasty.
Oh,
nasty. Get.
Woo. The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
Hey, guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile. More of a smile of relief.
DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Clippers leading by 4. Paul outside. Down low. Puts up the baby hook. Again, the Clippers.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
He dishes it to Jordan. It's Crawford on the wing. From deep. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Checking out the game Jamal Crawford is having. 9 points and also a block shot.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've gotten.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Here's Lowry, and the Raptors miss again. Clippers leading by 9. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Jordan. 14 points for Crawford.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they need.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Lowry inside the line, but they'll get another chance. That's short off the rim. For Los Angeles, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. It's stolen by DeRozan. Paul with the steal. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Toronto calls timeout. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green, he's checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. Poor Paul. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Toronto shooting under 40% all in all for the game. A shot by Lowry, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Well, he holds the reins to this team, and we're seeing some examples, guys.
And that's the kind of take-charge leadership that every team desperately needs.
A shot by Lowry, no good.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all with a block.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
It's Jordan on the wing. Redick for 3. And that one drops.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this one.
Yeah, now